This is welcome to the Matthew McConaughey pod, where we talk about Interstellar for two
Matthew
hours.
McConaughey cast. Just saying, it works better.
All
The
right,
urge to actually redo the intro again and just bleep out everything you said. More likely, but we don't, and then we kind of throw episodes.
Hi, this is the Arcade podcast. Listen to us talk about
Arcadio.
it and go.
So we decided that with all the big Marvel news over the last 4 or 5 days,
48 hours,
40,
literally.
48 hours of just sheer unadulterated Marvel porn.
Yeah.
Jesus, Soc. Yeah, is all I heard.
Say it.
We decided to have an emergency recording.
An emergency recording.
Yes, so we can all express our feelings about
We
it.
pulled the Avengers alarm, and we all got on our nearest computer.
Only the four of us showed up.
Yeah, and
I
decided
love
that
for Avengers and general disdain for Ant-Man.
So, right, I think we have to talk about the new special footage from Comic-Con. You know, with the Avengers kind of relaxing and all taking the piss. And,
that's the party footage, isn't it?
yeah, playing with Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Mjolnir. I have actually heard someone pronounce it Mjolnir. Mjolnir, and it's that kind of blank-faced, slow turn of the head, and then the mouth just slowly opens, and a single exasperated breath escapes. That's like.
It's a level of dedication if you can say that with a straight face, really, doesn't it?
I can. Mjolnir the hammer. I can't.
I actually heard a story that when Stan Lee wrote the book, he deliberately used that word because he was like, "Look, I'm pretty sure I made it up. I don't know what it says, so you tell me how to pronounce it."
That's how most of Marvel's history has been made, really.
Pretty
isn't it?
much.
The Stan Lee just sitting there going, I don't know, but no one else does, so fuck it.
Yeah, I have to have this finished by 5.
Mjolnir the hammer will be fine.
Yeah.
So, what does everyone... Okay, so obviously we've had the official trailer released.
Yeah.
And now we've had this, which has some extra bits and pieces of clips.
This does flesh out that bit in, like, the trailer has that bit where he's kind of, where, like, Ultron, we assume it's his first form, is walking through and he's a bit all over the place. This is the scene that's a part of, as far as we know, because that's what ends this scene, is the
yeah. That's what I was kind of curious about. Is that so? Basically, do you think that they've defeated him, and they're all, "Yay, we defeated him! Yay, we can all relax now," or is it a case of they put the project to rest? They went off and did something else, came back, and oh, the project's not been put to rest.
He looks kind of beat up.
Well, he could have just been very lazy in the development process.
Yeah.
I reckon that might be his first form, because I think he's kind of salvaged bits from the Iron Man 3 exposition armor thing. Remember Tony blew up all the suits in the end of it?
That's
Yeah.
possible.
But the Jarvis AI was spread across all 42 of them, so I mean,
Yeah, and he
maybe
also
that's what he's on about when he
also-
starts ranting about murder.
He picks up the Iron Patriot suit, and the Iron Patriot suit has clearly been through the ringer. And
I
he
really hope that
crushes
one
it.
got blown up too.
Um,
Like with Rhodey in
and
it.
War Machine's there, so I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's strange because I'm not sure if they actually fought him or if something else brought the Avengers together.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
Maybe they were just
Random
chilling
party.
out.
Random party.
They were recording a podcast.
Strangely, actually, I'm just after realizing, is Banner in that scene?
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Most of the gang are there, and then there's one or two extras. So you've got Mariah Hill is in the background.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, she was assistant head of S.H.I.E.L.D., whatever you want to call her.
And
But
who's
now she's in this new initiative that Tony Stark is going to head.
And who's the woman set with Hawkeye?
There's
There's a lot of speculation that says that she's a nanobiologist. So that to me screams Vision.
There's a woman who works with Stark who's been cast in the film as a friend of Stark, but she has been unnamed so far.
Okay.
and
Curious.
we think it's her.
Probably
It's
gonna
either
die.
her or
Probably
could
gonna
be
die.
Sif either. I don't know. I'm still holding out that Sif is going to make an appearance as well. Um,
I don't know.
just because she appeared in Shield, and
Yeah.
so they've kind of made her a part of Thor's mythos.
Um, the other side of it, then, there's been a lot of speculation about the main trailer, and the flashbacks we're seeing. And I only picked up on it. Like, I know everyone, we saw there was a lot of people talking about, oh, what's that got to do with what's the ballerinas?
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
is Hawkeye in the woods decked out in
Thor,
snow gear
Thor topless and
in the
what
pool of
it
water?
seems. Yeah,
And then I picked up on it today as I was screen grabbing pictures of the Scarlet Witch from my personal collection.
I cannot
Um,
believe I
Shameless.
cannot believe you
Shameless.
actually put it on the Arcade Facebook page.
hey,
Just came along and I was like, oh, he did. Oh, he
yes, I
actually
did.
did
God
make an
damn it.
album with Scarlet Witch.
She's the single greatest character in the Marvel Universe. No one here against it.
You're wrong, but whatever.
False.
Scarlet Spider, Scarlet Spider.
Yeah.
uh,
And it wasn't
no,
even me that brought it up.
what I noticed was there's a scene with Captain America, and it looks like he's back. He's gone back to World War II because I noticed the hairstyles of the women. There's
That's the
men
thing. There
in.
is they confirmed Peggy Carter is going to appear in the film, and there is a small scene of Peggy and an in costume Captain America walking into a social gathering. It's a very very quick frame,
Yeah,
but
it is literally a split. I just copped that. So are we
Yeah, I
getting
spotted that too.
are we getting are we going to get a lot of
Dream sequence.
yeah.
I think these are dream sequences. I think they're actually
yes,
nightmares, maybe,
yeah, Scarlet.
because you see
According to
Captain America's shield is split
yeah,
and a lot of
so,
things going
and
on.
strangely enough, if you look closely at that picture of Captain America's shield split, the arm that's above it is Thor's. Because it
Hmm.
fits the armor that he has around his wrist, those armband thingies fits
Yeah.
like it's the same armband he has that's in when he's holding Stark by the neck, which
Could this
is
be one of Scarlet Witch's other powers?
that's
Yeah.
okay.
Breaking stuff.
Phage said, Phage and Ruffalo, Phage at the Q&A after the press event, and Ruffalo over the summer have both said that Scarlet Witch Scarlet Witch is going to be like she's a nightmare to everyone in the film. Like they're going to play off that a lot, which is I think brilliant because it's going to mean some
Yeah.
really jarring, probably actual horror and annoying joss.
Well, it does have a lot of there's a lot of darker tones in this version or this Avengers. It's
Yeah,
even
it
Yeah,
from the
doesn't look
get
like
go,
they're going to
even
come
in
out
the
of this too
trailer.
well.
no,
No, in fact it even looks like at the end of it they might be more fractured than I think they've ever kind of been before. I know the ending of the first one they're kind of still they're quite pally, but
yeah.
at the end of this we don't know where they're going to end up.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
See, that was
pe-
one of the theories I had coming into it was that Loki, or not Loki, sorry, Ultron is going to kind of sow the seeds of mistrust, and they'll all eventually learn a little more about each other, and just
yeah,
have a bit of falling out. And I think
that's
it'll
the
sow
thing.
the seeds for civil war, and it might lead
Yeah,
into what people refer to as Cap's quirky quartet. So it's when
yeah.
Captain America founded a new team of Avengers with Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Black Panther, which
Could
pretty
be,
much looks to be
and
set.
especially because as part of when they announced Civil War at the press event, there's footage of the actor for Black Panther coming out, and Evans and Robert Downey Jr. have a little. They have like a rock paper scissors for which side he'll join in Civil War. So I think they're going to use. So I think Black Panther is actually going to be an important character to the Civil War narrative. Some people even saying he might play the part that Spidey played, in that he'll be kind of really pally with one of them, and be the kind of their right hand man. But
My main thing with this is what about the elephant in the room? The one thing they're not showing
I
us,
know. I
the
was
vision.
thinking Banner might play that part maybe with Iron Man.
Wait.
maybe,
We've an elephant in the room. What's the elephant in the room? I haven't picked up on the
I
elephant in
think
the
the
room.
Vision probably come around from.
The vision.
Okay. Oh.
The
oh,
one
Vision,
the
Vision
one
hasn't
Oh,
appeared
part,
at
awkward,
the
all.
awkward,
central
awkward.
part that's not in the actual trailer. And
Yeah,
he is on one of the posters, one of the main
he
posters
is. No, he
for the
is.
film,
He's
but
been
he's not in
cast,
the trailer.
confirmed, and appeared
Yeah.
in panels and
Yeah,
stuff.
Paul Bettany, so same guy that voices Jarvis.
Yeah,
Exactly, but not in the
I reckon
trailer.
it'll be one of those mid-movie reveals. He won't be there from the get-go.
no, he'll probably be created during the film. Actually,
As a way to combat Ultron, do you think?
Maybe.
possibly like a side thing that like Stark had, and maybe like halfway through the film, he's like, I have this one thing that's unfinished that might be able to fight him, but I don't know. And then Vision's kind of the gamble.
That's gonna
Because
bring up a whole lot of weird crap with Scarlet Witch, though.
that is, but bring it up then.
I know, but I don't like that crap. I have to say, there's a big difference. One thing I noticed as well, and obviously there have just been very brief clips, but the effects used for this Quicksilver are very, very different to the effects used for Singer's Quicksilver,
Yeah.
in X-Men. Very different.
Oh yeah, I'd say they went to lengths to be like, we have to be distinct. We have to at least be distinctive from it. Like, they don't want. I doubt it's like, oh, we have to best it, but I say they're like, we have to make ours as memorable as theirs
As
at
theirs.
least.
We can't look like theirs because they might sue us.
Yeah. But I was going to say there. I had a point in my head, and now it's. Oh yeah, the thing that people are forgetting as well is that Age of Ultron is a two-part narrative, because Ant-Man is finishing Phase 2, and Civil War is starting off Phase 3. So I've been kind of rolling it over in my head. Ultron mightn't die in Age of Ultron. He might die in Ant-Man.
As in finish
Uh,
him off in Ant-Man.
yeah, because I think Ant-Man might be a kind of dystopian thing where it's like Ultron has full control or something, and all the Avengers are already defeated, and Ant-Man introduces a lot of the newer characters, like maybe Strange and Black Panther, and then like that's the film where Ant-Man's defeated, and then that's where the government is set on, and then because according to what Faye said about Civil War is that it's not going to be so much about the superheroes going against each other as it is going to be about the government wanting superheroes to register like their lives over to the government if they're going to continue saving people. Because obviously if Ultron is part of Stark, then the government are going to be like, well, we don't want you experimenting anymore because you might create another Ultron. That would suck.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Now you brought up.
Pretty bang up job.
I didn't. I kind of wanted to like stop him, but it was a good flow. This was a good ranto.
No, he was on form there. Yeah.
You did bring up
4.5 stars.
Strange and all this casting of Benedict Cumberbatch.
Ugh.
Am I the only one?
Sorry, I couldn't
that's
hide that.
Yeah, I'm really like, oh, really? Do we?
I'm still,
Yeah. In related news, actually, Doctor Strange isn't going to be released on Blu-ray and DVD. It's going to be beamed directly into Tumblr. So.
The entire thing.
yeah.
Interspliced with shots of Watson.
Yeah. Like if they manage to cast like Martin Freeman with Benedict Cumberbatch, just they literally just like part of Benedict Cumberbatch's contract is like, and at some point in my scenes, Martin Freeman has to just be seen gently in the background, just turning a corner, looking at the camera, winking, and then turning back again. Like,
I'm off on an
Tumblr would
adventure.
literally go nuclear meltdown.
Did someone's connection just die?
No,
I think
Okay.
mine did.
No.
I'm okay.
But there was another rumor, and this is something that I'm also a little bit kind of Oded Fair, from
Yeah.
the Mummy Returns. I kind of felt at first I was a little bit like, oh, that's kind of interesting that they're going to kind of go down that look for Doctor Strange. I like that idea, but then the more I thought about it, his casting felt very much like Ben Affleck's for Daredevil or Jennifer Garner for Elektra.
Are you sure you want to go comparing them to that?
No, what I'm saying is the way the Marvel movie universe is currently built, I felt, given Fair's kind of acting history and all that,
He hasn't been in anything where he's actually acted.
and think of the time period.
Yeah.
When he was popular as an actor, when he was at a height for his kind of career, it was around the time of
It was Resident Evil and Mummy and
yeah, like, so I could see his Strange as being kind of the same kind of campy comic book escapades as Elektra's or Daredevil's. I don't think he would have been a great casting. In saying that, I don't think Cumberbatch is an ideal casting either.
no.
Um,
The thing
No, not
is,
at all.
I'm not even fully convinced that like that Strange hasn't been cast. Like, I was humoring the idea of circus, and that's getting less and less likely now that Black Panther's been announced. But at the same time, like, that movie is scheduled to start filming just over 6 months, right? Like, I don't think Marvel would have left it this late to pick a lead actor. I think that, and I think they're trying to leave the reveal to be like something special. I think they want to reveal it in Age of Ultron, like show
Well,
an
they're going to be
actor and have
revealing
him
a
be
lot
like,
of people in Age of Ultron, apparently. I'm waiting for Carol Danvers.
yeah,
Yeah, same.
Because
like
That could be really cool.
that's going to beat, from what they say, that's going to beat any kind of a Wonder Woman. Or I don't know the time frames. Is Wonder Woman going to come first or Captain
Wonder
Marvel?
Woman is first,
No.
but no one has any faith in DC's lineup.
Yeah.
Well, people do, but the people who have faith in it are the people who are clinging tenaciously to their comic book stacks of DC being like, it's fine, trust us, it's fine, Look,
Doesn't
it'll be
matter
fine."
how bad it is, Batman will be cool.
Batman will be awesome.
Look, I'm not gonna jump down this whole yay Marvel versus DC. Like at the end of the day, we're getting movies. At the end of the day, we're going to
Yeah.
go see these
Oh,
movies.
like that's the thing. I'm not going to begrudge more like female-led. So we need more of them, if anything else. Like, but I don't know. Yeah, I think the prevailing wind is Captain Marvel. More people are excited for that than they would be
Now,
the current
my
Wonder Woman.
question is, and Anto, I think you'd probably weigh in on this one a lot. And I don't know if Emma has read it. I don't know if Sock's read it either. But the current Miss Marvel.
Oh God,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is
Don't
very.
think they'll mention
I've read
too
that.
much of her, just for the sake of staying more to the classic.
I know, but why state the classic when they've changed
Well,
quite a
this
bit?
is the thing.
Yeah.
Even the classic character was Janice Marvell, was a dude from the planet Kreelar and
Yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was.
such and such. So I reckon that
Shh, keep going.
in the
He's
or
next.
not
Oh,
the
he's gone.
comic, the movie with him literally dying and Carol becoming the new Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I don't know. See, the thing is with Carol Danvers is that I think they're going with the character that's already established as being intergalactic. Kamala Khan hasn't gone into space yet, so I think that might be the why they're choosing her because it literally goes Infinity War Part 1, Captain Marvel, Inhumans, Infinity War Part 2. So those two films are kind of the bridge, and it'll be and like it will be what kind of shows like Thanos has power, and then they're all dragged into it because it's a threat to everyone, kind of thing. So they need a character that's already in space, and believably so.
Yeah, no, I guess I get. No, I think that's probably a fair point. Um, I just
As
Yeah,
well, I think most of the classic readers probably haven't read some of the newer Miss Marvel yet, so
this is it.
you wonder, could you make a movie about something that's kind of only been around the guts of 2 years, like?
Well, it hasn't even been around 2 years. Like Kamala Khan is not even a year old. Like she's only
That's
one
what I
trade
mean.
paperback in. Like there's not a lot of character there to draw on yet. There's not a lot of stories to tell. I can see Kamala Khan being in like phase 5 or something, or phase 4 even, because at that stage she'll be like, I don't know, a lot of issues in, because that's like 2 decades away.
I think we know from experience that if it's done well, even if a character is only new or the wider populace aren't familiar with it, it can be integrated pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did it with Guardians. Guardians,
Yeah,
no one
like
had a goddamn clue.
That had no right to be as good as it was.
No, it really didn't, and it was incredible.
exactly.
let's not jinx it.
Oh, yeah. I do have to say though that with Marvel, like as excited as I am, I'm pretty like anxious about them because like that's a lot of films. That's a lot of thinking ahead for like something that it could derail. I mean, let's be honest, it could derail.
um,
I don't think it
Well, they've
will,
been
but
Ant-Man since well before Avengers, like.
yeah,
just as a side note, a Guardians of the Galaxy adult parody has been confirmed.
Oh Lord.
Um, Nardians of the Galaxy, 50 Shades of Groot.
I don't want it. I don't want it.
I
Oh my
kind
God, I'm having flashbacks to Lady of the Ring.
of, I kind of want to see it. I kind of really want to see it.
I hear the adult parody of the Avengers wasn't bad.
I didn't know there was one of the Avengers. Oh Jesus Christ. Um, let's move on. Let's move on from pornography. Uh,
Let's
uh,
move back to the subject at hand.
pornography.
Yeah.
But we were also going to talk about the timeline for the Marvel movies and what they have announced and what we're going to expect over the next couple of years. And I think my favorite reaction again was Anto's, and his Why No Black Widow movie.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, God damn it, Marvel.
She does have a very, very colorful history. I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah.
The thing is, her film, like, right, you could make a really cool minimalist action film out of her history, right? And you would flesh out the character completely, and you have more variety. You have a bigger tapestry to draw on for your films. Then, like, her film doesn't need to be like this big summer blockbuster. It can just be a relatively small action film. But that's not the game Marvel are playing. So
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if you look at like say like the Wolverine, the sequel,
yeah,
that wasn't
film
billed
like
as a
that.
massive blockbuster. It was a closer character type film. You could do something like that with I think it'd better suit her.
It would.
But again, I think
and as well
Phage
as
has
that,
more in mind of going forward.
and with that as well, with her, you could tell a lot of history. Like if they wanted to do before or just after Civil War, you could go into a lot of the history of Shield and Hydra with her because that's been her entire life. So you can flesh that out without having to spend time with heroes, like having them to kind of have scenes where it's just exposition with a hero and a computer being like, oh, when did this start happening? This was happening decades ago, or whatever. Whereas with her, you just have to tell an old story from her
Yeah,
career.
she's one of those characters that's just been everywhere.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just kind of
And pretty much on every side as well, I think, at some point.
Also, a film with her would be the perfect introduction for the Punisher.
Yeah. Oh, the Punisher.
Yep.
Awesome. Oh my god, Punisher versus Marvel Universe. Oh,
I don't.
best thing ever.
I'd like to see a Black Widow movie. I genuinely
Shut
would.
your whore mouth. Shut your whore mouth.
But I think we're going too far now in the timeline.
Yeah.
To go back and do a movie about her, her startup. I think the moment has passed.
She would have been a great Phase 1 film, but not now.
Even to be honest, if they'd given her a movie between Iron Man 3, Cap, and Thor, I think we'd be fine.
Yeah.
But we haven't, and to throw one in after Avengers 2.
Oh yeah. No, I
agree.
Damn it, you're right. They've left it too late.
They have. It's gone. The moment has passed. And
actually, to be fair, Phage said that said as much anyway, because he was like he said he'd love to give all the characters solo films because the Hulk isn't getting a solo film either.
No,
and he was like, basically the two of them permeate the stories. They're very important and they have key roles to play, but we have to look at the scope and size and length of time we're trying. And the thing is, the fact that this is ending with the Infinity War.
Yeah. I only saw that this afternoon as well. That clip and the gauntlet.
Continuously, like it's just going to be expanding from here on in until the Infinity War happens, and then.
I feel it my part to tell you that you cut out for most of that.
Look, right?
No, genuinely, you cut out for most of it.
Yeah, we didn't cut you out this time.
No, we didn't cut you out this time. There was this kind of awkward silence, and I tried to fill it. But then you literally just came right over it. Like, I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just shut up now.
What I was saying was every film after Age of Ultron looks like it's expanding the universe, like because they're introducing the Inhumans and Carol Danvers and Doctor Strange and stuff. So it looks like they're like every film after this is going to be ballooning outwards and kind of introducing more new characters and going properly huge with it to end with the Infinity War. So like you need characters who can actually shoulder that kind of expansion.
Now,
and Black Widow isn't one of them.
It's so strange to think that the Marvel Universe started with Tony Stark inside a cave and now it's in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a tree.
Yeah, talking tree and a raccoon.
Out of it.
Okay, so we know we're building towards the Infinity Wars, right?
Yeah. A two-parter. I can't believe that like it's going to be two-parter. That's just crazy.
dare I ask, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
the
no.
word is one Avengers and one is Guardians kind of centric.
Well, no, because Guardians 2 is happening. I say one is going to be Thanos centric, and the other one's going to be the fight.
Do you think
Yeah,
so?
I'd say
Yeah,
that
I
second Avengers film is just going to be the culmination of everything. All the team.
Yeah.
fighting.
The first, I think the Infinity War Part 1 will be Thanos. It'll be everyone trying to protect the Infinity Stones. Thanos getting his hands on them, and it will end. I think if they want to be really cool with it, with him holding up the Infinity Gauntlet and clicking his fingers, and then it'll go to black, and then it'll show and then Captain Marvel and then the Inhumans will be showing the immediate effects of him having the power, and then the Inhumans will end with like there'll be one key character from each team at the end of it being like, we need to come together on this, and then the Infinity War Part 2 will be all of them just facing Thanos, and it'll be one huge
It'll be
fight.
great to see them all cross over as well, because a lot of them won't have met and probably won't see eye to eye in the
No.
same way Guardians got together. But then, if the
Stark
rumors are
and
true,
Star-Lord
you'll
are
have
gonna
Hulk.
hate.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely, because they're too similar. But you
I
might
don't
have
know if
Hulk
there's
on a
enough
Guardians team.
films to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's enough films to get all of these peoples all on the same page.
There's not, which is why the Infinity War is going to be as fun as it is, because it'll be
And
like,
it's looking like as well with Avengers, you could have multiple Avenger teams based on how Ultron goes. Because as I said, we could have Cap's team and you could have Iron Man's team after Civil War. So I think
Yeah.
those
Oh,
two
man.
Avenger films could see the gang getting back together and just getting back into the fold.
Does anyone
I
else
think
feel
I'm
like
gonna
they're...
have multiple aneurysms with this.
Yeah, I was just like, does anyone else feel like they're kind of drunk on Marvel right now? I feel like
A
I
little
literally
bit.
feel kind of tipsy.
It was actually strange.
Welcome
this
to my
morning,
life.
I've had 2 glasses of bourbon.
Well, you are tipsy.
Yeah.
The
No,
other...
like with the there was a trailer released for Final Fantasy Typo HD, and when I looked at it, I just kind of glanced over it, went back to it, and I was like, oh yeah, there's other things apart from Marvel going on in the world.
oh, yeah.
Bleh.
Who cares?
My thing was, what if... So, right, we're building towards Infinity Wars Part 1 and Part 2.
The Infinity Gauntlet, yeah.
Does anybody have any ideas, or I know it because it's it's a good while away, but any kind of thoughts on what we can expect after all of this?
I don't
Scarlet
know.
Witch movies,
Yeah!
Black Widow movies. All the stuff Marvel want, but just weren't allowed to give us at the time.
The Amazing Scarlet Witch.
Like Phage has or Feige or whatever way you pronounce his name. I've been pronouncing it Phage all this time.
I've been saying Phage, yeah.
He was asked about Phase 4, and he said that like there are basic plans for it, but he basically said, look, we've just finished Age of Ultron, and we have Civil War and the Infinity War left to film still, write and flesh out. We have way too much going on already. We can't look at that. But
Sounds like
apparently it goes all the way up to Phase 5. They have like 5 phases planned out, which is just mental.
A lot of it is very dependent on what they've got legally as well, because I'm going to talk
I'd
another
say by
bomb
the
here.
time Phase 4 rolls around, at least Fantastic Four will be back in their stable.
Oh, please God.
X-Men is kind of its own thing, and
Yeah.
Spider-Man's kind of its
X-Men
own.
is doing well enough that it might not be, but there's talk of Spider-Man. I was talking to Anto about this earlier.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
do we have to go
Dan
down?
Slott tweeted.
This is important.
Oh, it's Civil War. Oh.
I know, and I was talking to Andy about this. You guys remember him?
Yeah.
And he was basically saying,
Is this Andrew
I don't know how you
Oh, the
pronounce
guy who
it
used to write for
anymore.
us.
In
Yeah.
who left us for Japan?
The Japanese correspondent, you know the
Yeah, our
one.
Japanese correspondent. But yes,
Online Skype now, but chose not to join us.
due time in Hudson.
Probably Skyping his family or something lame. Anyway,
What a dude.
So what was the discussion on Spider-Man?
yeah, Dan Slott, the writer of the Spider-Man comic, put a tweet out just before the press conference the other night, basically saying, huge Spider-Man news on the way, brace yourselves.
Mm.
And then nothing was said at the press conference.
And then Feige.
Today he's been on Twitter a couple more times.
Feige avoided the question when he was asked, saying, everything until you actually hear from us, everything is either rumored or, and he added this, or not official yet. And he would have just said it's just rumors if it was just rumors. But the fact that he added not official yet means that there's probably a contract that is still being fleshed out.
Yeah.
Well, there's rumor that it will be involved in Civil War, but that's apparently only if the Spider-Man movies don't do as well as they're hoping, or.
Well, Spider-Man 2 underperformed. Amazing Spider-Man 2 by their
I
standards.
don't think they will, and it kills me to say that, but.
Well, apparently it's something like the next film's planned out if they don't do as well as they're hoping. That doesn't mean that they tank or they do badly, but if they don't do as
Yeah.
well as
But
they're
see, like,
expecting, that they'll be more open or receptible to
Oh, they
some
would.
you
sort
guys
of a
remember the
collaboration.
marketing campaign for Spider-Man 2, though? Like, Sony had a new ad for it every week, ads, TV
Yeah.
spots,
And it was
everything.
badly
They
That
promoted.
kind of
threw
made
me
me
at this.
hate it a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of
Stop.
made me hate it a little.
No,
And
they-
I kind of
Stop
liked the film, but I hated the
messing.
fact that they hoard it so much.
They need to look.
They pushed it so hard. They needed this to work.
I think.
And now all this talk of spin-offs and Sinister Six and Venom, that's basically
That's the thing.
Sony
I'm
playing
not
with
sure.
all their
I'm not sure if
toys.
the Spider-Man universe
Won't take away on
is
them.
popular enough or expansive enough. Like they're trying to expand it, but I'm not sure if it's popular enough. Like, I'm not sure if there's enough people in the world who will go see a Sinister Six film to justify a Sinister Six film existing. At least not by Fox. I think Marvel could get away with it because Marvel, if they own everything, they can
Yeah,
just
like,
do whatever
all
they
the
want. with it.
Spider-Man characters, they all work really well in the big universe with everyone else, but by themselves, you've got nothing to bounce them off.
This is it.
I think it's just another example of jumping on the anti-hero, bandwagon. It
Oh, yeah,
just
like,
kind of,
there's a
oh, it works. Let's
ongoing
make
comic at
loads
the
of
moment, and
films
it's
about it,
brilliant.
yeah.
Yeah. Like X-Men.
But I think
being
Sony's plan
part of
now
that.
is, let's make all the films so they don't take this away. So when Marvel do inevitably buy it
Yeah.
back, Sony will say, well, I don't know, guys, we had all these plans, so you're going to have to pay us a lot more.
Did you see what Marvel did
I
to
don't think
the
there was
Fantastic
ever any
Four
plan to
film?
make those films.
The Fantastic Four film is actually like right in between. The month the Fantastic Four film comes out, right? There's a film that comes out the previous month from Marvel and a film that comes out the following month from Marvel. They've
Also,
literally
Fantastic Four comics have stopped.
so they're
And
they're
the
literally
posters and everything have been taken down,
suffocating.
and even the artists have been told not to do sketches at conventions.
Jesus,
Oh.
really?
They are not supporting that film.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's
See,
throwing
but-
your toys out of the pram.
But the thing is,
Bad as well.
they probably approached the studio and were like, "Let us use these characters," and the studio were like, "No, we have the rights." And Marvel were like, "All right," because they haven't done that with Spider-Man. Just saying. So I mean, like, I think that it's the studio politics, but I think as well Marvel just want to be able to play with their own toys again.
Pretty much.
And-
And Spider-Man is their flagship character. Maybe so much after like the Avengers cinema movies.
Yeah,
But definitely before Iron Man, Spider-Man was the big gun at Marvel. Anything you needed done, you put Spider-Man in it and it's sold.
sure. Spider-Man's still on their checks.
Yeah, sure. Even in Civil War, he was the central character. He was on both sides.
Yep.
So, I
But
mean,
then
to
again,
do Civil
Sony
War without
made it
him,
a bit more
you could
realistic.
do it without him, but it'd be a lot better with him there. But this is the thing. If they do get Spider-Man back, they'd want to hurry because, I don't know, you can't really introduce him after Civil War.
No,
Yeah.
he would have no place in like the Infinity War, but he would have a place in Civil War.
Also, it'd feel too much like he was 12 and everyone else has grown up and got beards and stuff.
Yeah, that too.
He's on with his
Yeah.
made web shooter taking his pre-stick and then you've got Tony Stark. Oh, I built the alien intelligence that took over the world. What have you done?
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
Movies.
Anyway, that's Spider-Man dealt with now, so I'm good. What else did you guys want to talk about?
Well, I think, okay, in the effort of fairness, as if this was a political debate, DC's movie timeline? Suicide
Actually,
Squad? How does everyone feel about Suicide Squad?
Have you heard the rumours about casting your one
Yeah.
Cara
Give me a writer and a
Delevingne?
cast before I have an opinion on it.
I saw the best. Someone come on one of the articles about this earlier. I was like, oh no, please.
Hopefully, I hope to go with like proper cartoon / early Harley Quinn and not modern Harley Quinn.
It's gonna be modern Harley Quinn.
That's going to be disgusting.
Oh, no.
That's actually
No,
going to be
like, I
disgusting.
mean, look, let's be honest. They're not gonna go for 90s Harley. Like, there's
That
a
would be
niche.
great, though. That would be amazing.
There's a niche. She's a niche. A lot of people look to her as if she was this kooky little thing, and everyone likes that. But now you've got this kind of, look at me, I'm so wacky. Here's the grenade. Oh, I hit someone. Yay! Like, that's what people. When
Yeah.
you think of Harley Quinn now, that's what the majority of people associate with that name. They don't associate the girl in the jester costume in a terrifyingly awful relationship.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it's all about her, this wacky, kooky blonde who dates the Joker on and off again, and carries big guns that do stupid things, and sometimes she might fight Batman. Yay.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what you're left with Harley Quinn. Um, like the way I see it is basically she's basically like if the Powerpuff Girls were raised by meth heads.
More or less, yeah. No,
That's
she is. She's.
like
I don't know. See, because like DC's film adaptations have the rockiest reputation, and outside of like the Dark Knight trilogy,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and
The I'm just looking at Suicide Squad and the various rumors that are surrounding it. Um, Apparently Tom Hardy and Will Smith have all been linked to it as well.
Yes.
Tom Hardy's been linked to a bunch of stuff with Marvel and X-Men as well, so he's obviously in the running to play someone.
Um,
I think we can safely say we're getting a Tom Hardy something.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay!
I would take if it became true that he took on Apocalypse, I'd be really happy with that. He has the perfect physique for Apocalypse, I think.
No, well, actually, yeah, I could see him as an Apocalypse. Although, like, I'll be honest, I kind of want to see scary fucking Egyptian blue-faced Apocalypse. I don't want
Well,
to
I think
see.
that's what Apocalypse would be anyway, but just with
I
Tom
have a
Hardy.
feeling if they went out with Tom Hardy,
Yeah, I mean, if Apocalypse isn't blue,
but I mean, Apocalypse is not an attractive hot man. Like that, like unless they alter Hardy's appearance enough.
But the thing is, right? If you take
Bane
attractive hot
wasn't an
man,
attractive hot man either.
whoa, no.
How dare you?
Hey, who's the woman here?
Who's the gay man here?
You walk into that.
Yeah.
Now, we know you're new, but
Don't anger him.
it's generally a given.
Can't even see his face.
All the better sometimes.
Sexy.
Ah.
Swiftly moving on.
Yeah. No, I've no objection.
Seriously, it comes up at least once each podcast.
It does. It does. We kind of it's
Bane's hotness.
Yeah.
No. Well,
Shut up, Sophie. You'll get beaten so hard.
yes, boss.
I'd like to see Tom Hardy cast in a Marvel movie. I just don't necessarily think
Yeah.
Apocalypse is the right role.
yeah. Well, I'm pretty confident after Days of Future Past. I think we're all pretty confident in like whatever they're doing with the X-Men franchise. They seem to have their heads screwed on.
It's a solid franchise.
Yeah.
Have you heard the rumors of them recasting X-Men as well, like Cyclops and things like that, getting recast for retconned younger versions?
Well,
Oh.
yeah, and
That's fine.
I mean, it's based in the '80s, so like
You have to.
you are looking at, a young Jean, a young Scott, a young Aurora, like and I think that's interesting. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, no, it is cool. Hopefully, like with Storm, they have Storm with like the Mohawk or something. They do kind of something kooky with her.
They might, given the time period and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
given Storm's origin stories, coming from Africa, the Mohawk thing might be a little bit too much.
Yeah, oh, totally.
Because
But,
I think we're always going to see a Charles desperately trying to start the school up again. Like I have visions of like Saved by the Bell montages going in my head. It's like da, 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 da. Let's fix the school kind of thing going on in my head the entire time.
Yeah, we know what goes on in Declan's head when I'm doing a rant.
Yep.
Shut it.
Saved by the Bell, X-Men.
But that's where to be honest, that's where I see it kind of going. Like as in him trying to repopulate the school and then getting these kind of 4 reluctant students, Jean, Angel, Cyclops, and Storm, all kind of joining the ranks as new mutants, desperate to kind of master their powers, and then them being thrust into the middle of this all-out battle with Apocalypse.
Hopefully they see, and it's. I really hope licensing doesn't limit them. And again, the way kind of the issue with Spider-Man in that like the Age of Apocalypse is meant to be this gigantic war being fought on different fronts with different teams and stuff. And I really hope that like they're at least able to have access to enough characters to really, really do it on a wide scale.
Well, I think they can with the mutants and anyway, because as far as I know, Fox have the license for like any X-Men or mutant characters. Fox have it.
Really? Oh, okay.
As far as I'm
Including the
aware,
term
because
mutant.
Marvel have shied away from terms any use of, like they deliberately didn't call Scarlet Witch and Pietro mutants in
Yeah.
Avengers. They've gone called like what was it, the Age of Miracles instead of
Yeah.
mutants. So it looks like Marvel deliberately decides to use that. So I'd imagine Fox are well allowed to use it.
Yeah.
This is what
I'm wondering
happens
though,
when
will
you
it be set
sell
different
things
timelines
on.
to justify some appearance of Wolverine? 'Cause I know the last couple of X-Men movies have all been Wolverine movies. Will they bother keeping him away this time? Or will they use him sparingly? Or just not at all?
He works better as a backup, like a supporting character. I mean, Days of Future
It-
Past proved that.
I think
Yeah.
so. If they let everyone else do all the heavy lifting, and then at the very end, Wolverine can come in and kill X-Men
Yeah,
and
'cause
just take all the credit.
in fairness, Days of Future Past felt like a very mystique-heavy movie.
It was a mistake. Everyone.
But you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And I think that shows that, and given the success of the film, people don't necessarily need Wolverine in the driving seat.
No. See,
Yes.
like that's the thing because people talk about Shadowcat being moved out for Wolverine, but then they switched out Magneto for Mystique, so it kind of and it worked with the actors that they had. Like the actors they had picked as well are kind of they're all happy. Like because at some point in Days of Future Past, they all are in the driver's seat and they all take a back as well, and they all work well with that. And
I think it worked
like,
better for the changes that were in it rather than adhering strictly to the comic. Because
I do. No,
at that point, you're not watching the
I agree. I definitely agree.
movie, you're
because
reading the movie on the screen.
I was when the news first broke that it was not going to be Kitty Pryde going back in time. I was a little bit like, but it's a Shadowcat story. Like, where are you going to go with this?
it's the same thing with
remember his
Age of
tantrum.
Ultron. People are really annoyed that it's a Hank Pym story, but
not a Stark story.
yeah,
I don't
but
think
the
there are
thing
too
is
many
that,
people
like,
annoyed now about the lack of Ant-Man, are there?
Oh, they're furious.
Whole colonies of ants or people.
no, like that's the thing. Like, if you organized a protest outside the Marvel office, maybe 3 people would show up. The rest of us would be sitting there going, "That's fine, really, lads."
I'd go just for the chance to get to go to the Marvel offices, to be honest.
Well, give me the free tour.
Someone might come out to
That's your
talk.
job, yeah.
Someone might come out to talk to you. It's going to be a security guard.
Just Dan Slott there getting whipped for Spider-Man
Yeah.
stories.
I love you. Remove him.
Your picture hung up on the office. Do not let this man in.
Take a few
Yeah,
selfies.
email
as you
every
read
comic shop in the
Friday.
district.
Yeah.
And from buying Spider-Man. No.
Is there? I mean, okay, the whole DC thing kind of died, and nobody really wants to drag it back up. I see. Okay, fair enough. We'll move on.
Hey Declan, do me a favor. Look at the sky.
Okay.
All the books I
Self-fulfilling
gave are
prophecy.
falling from it.
Oh no, I'm drowning in it. No.
You don't around.
It just like that Justice League movie though is going to be. There's way too much going on in that though.
There.
DC are doing with the Justice League what Sony did with Spider-Man. They're just trying to use as much of it as they can to justify
That's the thing,
making
Justice
any
League-
money.
Justice League Part 1 is they're doing Batman v Superman, which will be deadly, that's fine. Then you have Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, then you have Justice League Part 1, and then you have Flash, Aquaman, and Shazam. Whereas Justice League Part 1 or Part 2, if they're trying to do something on the scale of Infinity War, they should leave those two until the end when all the characters have been established, and then it's more epic that they all come together and kind of.
I've a bit of a strange question. If they're gonna do Justice League Part 1 and Part 2, right?
Yeah.
What the hell? Who the hell are they gonna fight?
Oh, who knows, dude? Cyborg and Green Lantern are both after Justice League Part 2, so Justice League Part 2 isn't even going to finish the story.
Right.
Oh man.
Towards the end of the movie, so imagine he'll be. They can't all fight him though, because sure enough, Batman wouldn't just bother wasting time. He would walk up and just hit him.
Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll be fighting each other.
Yeah. That could be
Maybe.
I don't know, superheroes fighting each other.
Hey, it works.
Really. Yeah, and the thing, like, the casting is a bit strange, and just everything about it is just a bit strange, isn't it? It's just a bit like.
Hey, George
really-
R. R. Martin says Jason Momoa will make a good Aquaman. I trust that man as
Oh, yeah.
far as I
No,
can
I
throw.
do.
Are you going to
He
tell
lies
Jason Momoa
to
he's
me
not going to
and
make a good
kills
Aquaman?
people.
Anthony's already written the letter and posted it himself.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
In fairness, though, you'd never tell Jason Momoa he's going to be bad at anything. He might murder you.
No, I'd say
Yeah.
he looks really nice. He looks like
He
the
looks
kind
that way, yeah, but
You know what's really
he didn't hold
funny?
anything back,
Oh,
just in case.
Go.
I tried to think of anything he's been in, and I tried to think of anything like that he's been in that's been bad, and the only thing I can think of is just bad writing or bad script or just
Yeah.
bad story. And I don't
Well, credit
actually,
to him, he's generally on form.
yeah, I don't actually know of anything where he himself has been bad. It's usually he's made do with whatever he's been given, and I think that's half the problem with a lot of the people that we're seeing coming out. We're only associating them with shitty crap, really, and we don't actually know what they're capable of.
It's like with Ben Affleck, like when he was announced for Batman, everyone was like, "Oh, but what about Daredevil?" And you're kind of sitting there going, he was the least bad problem. Like he was the
In
least bad
Daredevil.
Director's
thing
cut, he
about
was
that film.
great.
The
And even then,
director's
any
cut was a
film he's
decent
involved
film.
with generally gets an Oscar nod. But
Yeah.
it all comes back to Daredevil.
The director's cut of Daredevil was a decent film.
Well,
I
I
don't know
liked it.
why they cut out all of the things like plot and story and character
It had
development. and anything
Coolio
that
in it.
happened in it. It did have Coolio in it.
The biggest
Any
question is why
with
Elektra
Coolio
got
in
her
it
own
deserves
film.
to be left alone.
That Elektra film, lads. What?
What electric film are you talking about?
that movie with Jennifer Garner.
Talking about?
Yeah, no, you did. You saw
Oh
it.
yeah, here Declan.
Yeah.
One where Nick
As well as
was
soon after
a
that,
cussing
didn't Halle
foul
Berry
mouthed
star in that
biker.
Catwoman film?
Yeah, she
didn't
did. It was really good.
There was
it?
rumours of
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man as well, but like I think all those films are in that same fan fiction vault.
I actually like that Halle Berry Catwoman.
The villain was a woman who wore
Disgusting.
so much
You
makeup
can't-
she had too much of it on.
Yeah, it was a woman who got her powers from makeup. Shut up.
Am I the only one that thinks my main problem with that film was that there was no variable music in it? It was like the same song repeated at every single fight scene.
Yeah, it literally sounded like a cat.
There's also
with
no
fucking,
mention of
autotune
Batman.
on it.
There was also no mention of Batman.
There wasn't.
No.
And also,
That's reason enough for any film to
the
fail.
worst thing about Catwoman was the outfit.
Yeah.
And the fact that she was a cat. I don't really get where they got that from either. Like the whole, here I am walking up the fence, here I am walking like a cat. Catwoman doesn't walk like a cat. She walks like a woman that's gonna cut your fucking face off like.
I don't even know how she stays in the shoes as she's flying over all the bit, because it doesn't look like they're like attached to her feet. They're like
It's
slip-ons.
the CGI.
Yes, CGI magic. Cat
I
magic.
thi-
Cats have like stickers on their feet that enable them to like, stick into shoes or stick onto walls.
I heard a rumor actually at the end of that scene where Halle Berry's walking off into the sunset, or she's on a roof, and like her ass is wobbling, kind of like 920 degrees.
You'd think I'd remember that, but I've actually blocked out so much of that film.
I heard a rumor that was actually a man, like her costume designer, and not her.
Now I'm glad I didn't be like, oh yeah, that scene.
I don't know where I heard that, but I remember being told that was actually the costume designer.
If
I remember now as
was
well.
if it was hands down, he can walk in really high shoes.
He can.
I have no
Remember as well,
opinion
the
on
Jennifer
that.
Garner Electra movie. One of the villains in that was a dude whose tattoos came to life.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that could have been so awesome, but
Yeah.
it so wasn't.
What I was
No.
thinking was, you think he'd have got a tattoo where it was a better movie, and that came to life. But
Do you think he'd
Yeah,
have gotten
or
a
a tattoo
tattoo
of
of
something
the
useful.
Hulk? If he'd have gotten a tattoo of the
Attacked
Hulk,
by
we
sailor
wouldn't have
tats.
this problem.
Yeah. Smash Electra, smash.
There's
Exactly.
even a deleted scene with Daredevil in it. It was like, why didn't you use that? Anything at all.
The other side of it then was the only thing I actually liked about the Electra movie, and there was something to like in it, was the girl's weapon, that weird beaded heat whip thing. I don't know if you guys remember it, but it was a
I'll be honest with
string-
you now. I watched that film like twice, I think. Although I didn't sit through it the second time. So no, I don't remember.
Yeah, you realise
They're
what you're
really
watching.
painful. If you hit yourself with that, it's really painful. I'm not going to say I know from experience, but I know from experience.
Um,
It hurts a lot.
I thought you meant the film for a
Yeah,
minute. I was like, yeah, it was really
you hit
painful.
yourself with the film. I was like, why? I know the film was bad.
Image of you sitting home beating yourself with
Beaten.
DVD case.
Why
It's
did I
such a
buy
bad
this?
film.
Yeah, just walk into GameStop, pick it up, and just like start whacking yourself on the head. It's like, oh no, it's still happening again.
Still a bad film.
I
It still hurts.
I actually have it on DVD. It's in my
You
collection.
I have it. I'm looking at it here on the shelf beside me.
Yeah,
Well,
I kind of.
Someday I'll buy it for like €1 just to have.
Oh no, you won't even have to. Someone I know bought it last week in CX for 50 cents. So
My favorite thing about Elektra is the fact that one of the stunt women accidentally stabbed herself in the leg with a sigh. I know
Accidentally.
that's not.
Involved
Yeah,
in it. She was like, I'm done.
she was doing some sort of a scene and she accidentally stabbed herself in the leg with a sigh, and then Jennifer Garner actually had to come in and they found out she was actually kind of slightly better, and she managed to get through it without stabbing herself, which was brilliant.
Generally kind of helps.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know what,
These
getting
are
through a
like
scene
terrible.
without
How do I get
stabbing
out of
yourself
this?
accidentally, that's kind of, where you need to go when you're making a film.
Hang on, I saw it here. While filming the Psy sword fight, Jennifer Garner accidentally got her knuckles sliced. She got her knuckles patched up, and she resumed the fight, only for her to have her knuckles sliced in the exact same spot again.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
These are professional people.
I'm
They
making
take
up a
money
few
to
X-Men
do
films, the originals.
the X-Men films. First two were grand.
Yeah.
That's third though.
That's I think where he did most of the damage. After that, they called him a claw boy who would literally run out, take the claws off, and put them in a case, keep him safe from himself.
Jesus. Yeah, that that Wolverine was meant to appear in Spider-Man as well.
Yeah, she wanted him pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, and in Tobey
Andrew
Maguire.
Garfield hit by a car while filming a scene in Spider-Man. Was throw that in there.
Yeah.
These are the kind of facts I have that never come in handy. So
Until now.
they actually left the scene in the film, so you can look for it if you want.
Yeah.
Email me on if you find it. There might be a prize.
There's not a prize.
Oh. Okay.
No, there's not.
Well,
Film is its
No,
own
it's
prize.
oh god.
You can have it. You can have an autograph, an autographed copy of Soc's digital interview on TG4.
Ooh.
Ooh, I wasn't going to play the Hollywood card, guys.
Okay.
Come on.
Right. Okay. Since we're actually we're gonna leave this. I think we're leaving this on a bum note. Are we? Are we leaving this on the whole Elektra note?
No, God, no.
Someone say something positive.
The Daredevil movie. Yay!
God, no.
Lads, we didn't. Sorry.
Let's do one more run to Marvel.
Does anyone?
No.
Okay, got it. We need to. I can't believe we didn't mention them. The Netflix Marvel universe.
Yeah, the Defenders is part of
that.
The good Daredevil.
And there's talk that this may bleed into the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Oh, it is Feige.
You see, you literally all I heard was there is faggy, and I was like, wow, have we really gone that low? Have we really?
You written those films yet? But everything that but he said that everything that incurs under Marvel Studios banner is part of the same universe in some way. So everything that happens, so like even if it's just a throwaway line in the Netflix series of like, oh, Thanos did this, or like a mention of a character, there will be a way of tying them all together, which is mental. Well and truly.
Yeah, it's so huge.
It's
One thing I'm looking forward to, it's not even confirmed, it's an idea I have in my head. The Daredevil Netflix series, the season finale, just end with Frank Castle walking into a room wearing that t-shirt.
Oh.
Season finale, now you've got the Punisher in the Marvel Universe. Thanos is screwed.
In fairness, he is the Punisher. The Punisher is it.
Keep your Avengers, keep your Guardians.
Yeah. Oh my god, Punisher versus Marvel Universe. What's this nuclear bomb doing
That's what
here?
it's
I
all
thought
been
you
building to.
organized this rendezvous, this galactic battle. Oh no, there's a nuclear bomb here. We're all dead.
Stark
yeah.
made Ultron, that's good enough for Frank Castle. Get rid of him.
The funny thing is that if they brought in like Punisher, Max Punisher, that is exactly what he'd do. It'd just be like, "What's going on here? What, you enabled the robot? Ah, right. Well, that's you done."
That's
And,
it.
you know,
He'll take the helmet
I'd
off
pay to
sometime.
watch it. I'd pay to watch it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Actually,
I think
Peggy
I think if that
Carter.
was the case, we'd get into an argument as to who would be the perfect Punisher.
Oh, who knows?
Ooh.
Who knows?
I thought
Peggy Carter, though.
the
Peggy
next
Carter
movie was
did
good,
talk.
but he just wasn't great.
Yeah.
That movie was bad, but not for casting. Mostly.
No. Bad for every other reason.
Yeah, writing, art, direction.
Has anyone seen the teaser for Peggy Carter yet?
No.
It contains the tagline, sometimes the best man for the job is a woman. It's just a bit daft altogether, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Has that not been used before?
I
That
think so.
sounds
Probably
very
has.
familiar.
They're probably making a joke about
They
it.
meant well, but they just fumbled that on the way.
That sounds
see.
like they meant well, but they couldn't come up with something,
Yeah,
so they
we'll do
robbed
it.
it for something else.
It's
Yeah.
It's actually a quote. It's unknown. I just googled it there. It's unknown who said it.
Oh my god,
Imagine,
that's been
like,
robbed.
yeah, no, I'd imagine Pamela Anderson Lee has probably been in an action film using that tagline.
Sorry, the quote is sometimes. Oh god, I lost it. Sometimes. It's an unknown. What they've twisted the quote. Sometimes the
Yeah.
best man for the job isn't. Is the full quote. So they've obviously tied that up because people wouldn't get that they were referring to a woman if they
Oh,
didn't explain
Jesus.
it.
It's still a daft tagline.
And it's also
But-
like
Yeah, go on.
I just like that tagline kind of like
It's a little patronising or something, isn't it? It's like
it
they meant
does.
well.
It's kind of like, look, yes, we're getting a Peggy Carter spin-off. Great. You don't have to sell it to us that way. We like
You like women, you'll love
you're-
this.
Yeah, you're
Are you a woman? You'll love it too.
Because you don't need no man. It just feels very much on the lines of they're trying to
It's kind of tokenizing her, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
like, oh, we're
it
making
has-
a woman TV show. Did you
About
see
a
we're
woman.
making a woman TV show? And it's like, no, come on, we've been asking for this for decades. Like, it's okay. We're in. You don't need to sell us the fact that you're make a good TV show. Focus on that.
I say. Right, we'll leave it there. I'll leave it there on an angry note.
That wasn't a high note. That wasn't a high note. No.
That was an angry note. Angry notes are good notes. High note. Okay, high notes. Best thing about the trailers.
Hulkbuster armor.
There we go.
Hulkbuster armor.
Yeah, let's chat about that for a second.
I was
What
about
do
to
people reckon?
I was about to say what was everyone's favorite part of the trailer. I think we can guess Emma's.
Yay!
Meh Hulk meh.
Hulk has to be Hulk.
Look, I'm gonna be very obvious. I'm gonna say Scarlet Witch.
Oh, no way. No way.
Shove it.
I love it. Who would win in a fight between fucking Hulkbuster armor and the Hulk? Scarlet Witch.
Scarlet Witch. She'd win.
Punisher.
What did you just
Punisher,
say?
I like that better.
On a distant hill, far, far away, Frank Castle snipes everyone.
I would
Frank
watch
Castle
that.
detonates a nuclear device.
And then when everyone's dead and the dust settles, you might just see a bit of a smile.
Maybe Deadpool.
Oh Jesus.
We didn't even mention that, actually, yeah.
Whatever. That's what I say.
To the whole Deadpool thing, yeah, whatever. He's basically like again.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's good that the fans are getting a film, but like, and it'll be
He
fun.
needed one.
And again,
There's just not a lot to be said about the character, really, is there?
going to go see it because I'm going to go see it. Just not as enthusiastic about it as I am other movies.
But it's
coming out.
Deadpool, Declan. Did you see he kills the things and he talks to himself?
And he's really funny and he's different. Yeah, I do. Yeah, great. Yeah. Right.
I haven't seen the parody images, though, of Ultron going around since his little Pinocchio line, though. Like
Oh,
Natalie
yeah.
Portman and
Oh,
Ashton Kutcher
yeah.
starring No Strings Attached, featuring Ultron. I'm not joking, there are memes of this.
Yeah, no, they're brilliant.
To be fair, that bit where he just shambles out of shadows is really creepy, and like he's already like I don't know about you guys, but I'm already sold on him as a villain. Like I'm already
Oh,
kind of saying,
absolutely.
this guy is.
Oh, no strings attached and just the chills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were actually
It's just-
saying that we reckon that the main stone, because obviously it has to be set around a kind of an infinity stone. Uh, we reckon that it'll be the soul stone is the one they'll be going for, so they'll be going full on with the Pinocchio narrative. But
Yeah.
like
That'd be
he's
really
trying to
cool.
get a soul.
Real boy. I'm a
Would
real
be-
boy.
Yeah, which would be so like so creepy, but so awesome.
In
Does that
fairness,
mean him
what's
and Iron Man are going to get eaten by a whale at some point, though?
Yeah,
Yes.
Or Hulk?
Galactus just comes in and just chomps everyone, and Marvel gets sued to oblivion.
What a way to go.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite part, Sock?
It has to be just in line with Ultron, the end of the trailer. There are no strings on me. He
Oh,
means business. Says it. Chilling.
Yeah.
Is it?
The glimpse of the robot army as well is cool. Them all
Oh, that
strong.
looks awesome. From what I know about it anyway, it looks like with S.H.I.E.L.D. gone, Stark basically builds a lot of half-assed Iron Man drones and uses them to police everyone. Naturally, Ultron's going to hack them.
Oh yeah.
So you're going to have like an Iron Man army going around beating people up, so that's going to be bad for the PR.
It might
That's
be.
gonna make Civil War a bit of a PR nightmare for him. But Stark,
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
he build
Hey,
everything?
come on, guys. I reckon as well, because a lot after the first invasion thing in Avengers, all of
Yeah.
Earth's defenses, the biggest weapons contractor on the planet, who is it? Tony Stark. They're
Yeah.
all going to fail.
That's the thing. He said it in Iron Man 2. He's like, I've successfully privatized war.
Not anymore, you haven't.
Yeah. Actually, I just realized that
Pretty awkward, because Ultron's going to hack all of that.
no one's mentioned Hawkeye. No one cares.
The hell's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Hawkeye?
There was talk of him being in Captain America 2. There was a proposed
Captain
scene in
America
the
2.
script.
Do you mean 3? Is he gone again? Oh god, he's gone again.
You mean 3? Damn it, he got me.
Oh no, my intro just cut out.
Catch him.
Oh god, he's back. No,
Oh.
Yeah, I'm back. Don't worry.
no, we were just saying you it just went boom. You said Captain America 2. I said, did you not mean 3? And then complete silence, as if you were entirely offended by me asking.
Just hung up and left in
Yeah,
disgrace.
how dare you?
No, as far as I know, it was a script from 2. And
Oh.
Steve goes on the run, and Hawkeye was the SHIELD agent they sent to catch him. And they make it look like a pretty decent fight, but in the end, he gets away. But I think they bowed out from using it because they just had too much going on as it was.
It worked much better with Black Widow as his shield.
Oh yeah, she got
Yeah,
Because
much
she's
more screen
better
time,
at
a lot more
like,
narrative.
you know,
Yeah.
being a
That's the thing, and I think like
agent.
considering how there's a quote from him saying, "Oh yeah, I think I'm going to be in Captain America 3." Considering that Captain America 3 is Civil War, it's kind of one of those things, kind of a cop out because it's like, well, you're all going to be in Captain America 3 because it's Civil War. You're all involved.
Unless you die in Avengers.
Hopefully now no one dies. Hopefully. Now.
Well, I've heard
I
rumors.
don't know. It seems like they're leading people up to move people out, move people in. Because you can't have like a super ginormous team, because you know that's going to be a bit of a messy movie. So they might be moving people out, moving people in.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't know. The biggest film I
yeah.
saw this year had a talking tree in it. I think I'm pretty much game for anything.
yeah, and people were saying as well that with the time gem they can basically bring anyone back. So they could always kill people and then bring them back for the final fight with Thanos just to up the ante, because that's obviously going to be like completely mental. But for storytelling purposes, it'll be like, no, we have to introduce drama by killing off everyone.
I've I've going over the trailer again as you were talking, and I just looked at there's a scene. It's really quick again, but it's now. Can someone explain it to me? Because I might have missed something. But
Ultron's the robot. Sorry, I couldn't help.
Iron Man,
you're
right? A guy, right? Who puts
dead.
on this iron
You're
suit.
dead on
right?
Friday. What? Oh. Oh, you smarmy shit. I'm still so annoyed. What I So, what I was going to ask was, there's a shut up, Anto. There's a scene where Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are in a room with
Yeah.
Ultron.
Ultron, yeah. And it's final form Ultron as well.
Have they? Did uh, are they? Someone? Anyone? Is there anything I've missed? Like, are they all
No.
best friends or?
I
The
think they're
theory is
probably
that
gonna like
he'll use them. The theory is that
Yeah.
like he'll be like, "Oh, join me." So because they're imprisoned, so he might bust them out and be like, "Join me and don't be a puppet to them. If you fight against me, you're a puppet." And it might show them the factory and be like, "Look, we can make this army and take over or whatever." But it could be anything, literally anything.
Okay, because I was worried that I'd missed something. I was like, oh, what?
It looks like from the trailer we see both Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch attacking people directly. So it looks like they're both going to have key action scenes, which is all kinds of awesome.
Yeah, I'm curious as to how they'll end up getting tied into the Avengers. Like, is it going to be kind of a, oh wait, yeah, we were wrong. We should be friends with you guys, because obviously the Maximoff twins had a bit of a shady start anyway in the comics, and then went to sort of Avengers-y.
Yeah.
Is that
I don't think they'll be friends, but they probably won't be enemies. I think it would be kind of the enemy of my enemy, because I think
Yeah.
Ultron will be all talk, but his eventual kind of thing is move people out of the running because they tend to screw things up,
Yeah.
and I can run it so much better. So I think considering Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver are as damaged as they are, and they are damaged,
They are very damaged.
he's probably going to want to use them to the full extent and then just kind of rush them out of the way off the cliff.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think we'll see the fight with Ultron will be a precursor to like the fight with Thanos in the sense that a lot of the characters won't want to be fighting together, but they'll be like, we need to band together to beat this guy. Otherwise, none of us on our own can do it. So we have to, we have to do it together. Otherwise, we're all dead.
I fancy my chances alone against you more than I do against him.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. I think as well to see how Hulk, Banner, and Stark end up fighting. Because like literally any number of things could lead to those two having a scrap. But
I'd like to believe that the Hulkbuster armor was built between the two of them together talking, and they planned it together. But I don't know. Maybe Ultron again reveals that there was a bit more going on than either one of them knew, and sets them.
It could be that, or it could be
awesome.
Or it could be Hulk, like, because I think in the scene where, like, just kind of the dark scene where they're all standing around and they're all a bit sullen, and it focuses in on Mark Ruffalo. I think a part of it will be that, like, for a good while we won't see the Hulk, and it'll be him being like, "You guys know what happens when he gets loose. I'm not going to be able to control him, and with Ultron screwing stuff up, I can't control him at all. And if he does Hulk out, it might be him. Hulk might decide, I don't want to fight Ultron. I want to fight Ultron's creator, Stark." And then
this is the other thing as well. I don't think the public know who the Hulk is. So again, that's something Ultron could leak out there, and then could reflect very badly on the Avengers.
It could be Stark could be forced to fire him, like,
because a lot of Stark's initial startup stuff was built to stop the Hulk. Like if you look in the Ed Norton Hulk movie, all the schematics and stuff in the beginning are all Stark Industries. All those weapons.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Stark might not even be in the Hulkbuster. It could be automated.
Yeah, I was.
That's what I reckon
too. Yeah.
Well, no, because the clip in the trailer shows him, like, it actually pops up over his head. He's standing there. His head is in it. Like, but he could leave it. Like he could do it for the first while.
He might not be in control. He might not be in control.
Very awkward.
Or even people were saying as well that he might Hulk might rip Stark out of it, and that might be like kind of part of the fight as well. Is that Hulk really injures him?
For all we know, Hulk could be trying to save him. I mean, if he's trapped in the armor and Ultron has control of it and he's stuck in it,
could be it. Yeah, and then Hulk is forced to like harm him bodily. Has to rip him out.
Hey, Hulk gets to rip something apart. I'm happy.
Yeah. That'd be cool to have Tony Stark like talking the Hulk through, beating him up.
Yeah,
go for the knees. They're weak.
Well, we see that works because we also know from the little clip with him touching hands with Black Widow that they're going to humanize Hulk in the way he is in the comics. Maybe not totally, but they are going to have him be kind of cognitive, like actually conscious of what he's doing more so than he was in the first.
The big
Avengers.
green rage machine.
Yeah. Who knows? But the Hulk storyline will again be incredible because
I think he's going to be one of the main threads that weaves throughout the whole cinematic thing and keeps everything connected.
Yeah.
It's hard to say how, but...
Declan, I just noticed that you're creeping on Facebook.
I am. Sorry.
Another
Is he not giving full attention to this conversation?
I always
Are you not giving
in
full
fairness,
attention to this
I
conversation?
always drift out when those two just start. It's kind of like when they just do it and get it out of the way. No.
Oh man.
I don't.
Editors, ladies and gentlemen.
Shove it. I'm half editing an article, half
Sometimes the best editor for the job isn't.
Well, I'll tell you one thing now. One of the two editors, both editors are in this podcast. One of them's on Facebook. The other one's actively engaging with the writers. Who's the better editor? I'll let you decide.
Me.
Oh, Civil War, Arcadio.
Technically, I'm not an editor. I'm the editor-in-chief. So, shove it.
Oh, did anyone love that bit? Did anyone love that bit in the teaser clip at the beginning of the trailer where Captain America goes to pick up Mjolnir and it groans?
No, I was
and
really.
Thor's face.
I was
just
really
kind of
fucking annoyed with it. I was like, oh, piss off, Captain America.
No, I reckon Steve could pick it up by the end of the film.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it looked kind of cool because it looked like Thor. It didn't look like Thor was annoyed. It looked like Thor was like, I kind of expect if it was to be anyone, it'd be Rogers.
The goody two shoes.
Yeah, because he is. Rogers is totally fucking of the Marvel movie universe. He's totally like the good, valiant, undamaged one.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes who needs a slap in the face.
Stop.
He's not gritty or
That's the
dark
bourbon
enough.
talking, Emma.
No, he's not.
Shield.
He's not human enough. No human is that good.
Yeah, exactly. He's too perfect.
Too
Makes me
perfect.
sick.
Human.
Yeah,
He's the
exactly.
peak physical human condition.
Him and his stupid shield. I just want to slap him in his face.
Well, the shield gets
Stop,
broken.
you're messing now. Come on.
Yeah, it gets broken.
Yeah, he'll probably get that cool light tech one that Stark makes him, the laser one.
Ugh, good.
Or maybe they'll just, kick ass.
Oh, I want to know the origins of the shield in the movieverse.
Howard Stark made him.
That's a cop out.
Yeah, but where did they get the vibranium?
Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Did they state
Where's
that?
where Black Panther's from? Black Panther.
Did they state that,
Wakanda
though?
has been on a map in Iron Man 2. It was in one of his situation rooms. Nick Fury
Hang on
has
a
all the
second,
screens
but-
around them.
Yes, I know, but was it like, oh look, that's Wakanda,
Stated,
where
yeah.
we got the vibranium to make Cap's
It-
shield?
Well, they never
totally
said
was.
that's where
Was
they
it
got
just-
it, but
was it
Howard
just
Stark
there?
does tell him it's made from vibranium.
Okay. No, I can deal with that. I can deal with that.
Yeah.
I
And
just-
Ultron's gonna end up with some vibranium as well, and
Who is?
it's gonna be deadly. Ultron, because
Oh,
that's how Wakanda comes into it. Is Ultron goes to Wakanda to become coated in vibranium so he can
So
fight
is
the
that,
Avengers.
is that how Cap's shield gets broken then?
Yeah, that's what people reckon anyway.
Maybe Cap goes to Wakanda to kind of fix his shield.
Or maybe he's there on
Makes-
vacation.
Maybe. I don't think does Captain America take vacations.
Probably does.
The thing is as
I
well
don't
though
think
is
he
that
does. I don't think he does.
Because he's too
He works
perfect.
365 days of the year, 7 days a week, 24
366.
hours a day.
Like any good American would.
Yeah, he doesn't get holidays. He doesn't put in for holiday days.
He
Dolly
had 40
Parton
years
makes
off in
like
the
a-
ice.
a
He's done
yearly
enough.
tribute album. Actually, I was just thinking there. It might that broken shield mightn't even be in the film because that could just be another Scarlet
Dream
Witch.
sequence, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be a nightmare.
Jesus, if the entire film is a dream sequence, I'm burning every cinema down.
Yeah!
You've all been warned.
Did you hear that, Kevin
Hey.
Feige?
It could be. If you notice, Nick Fury at a point is wearing a hat.
He is.
It could be a nightmare sequence. The entire films could be a nightmare sequence.
My thinking
Jesus,
behind that
yeah.
was Samuel L. Jackson just
I
accidentally
would never
walked on
wear a
set when he
hat.
wasn't supposed to. Just
He's wearing
the hat.
not just a hat. He's wearing a monkey hat.
Yeah, see? It's gonna be weird. I think the movie is
It's a-
gonna.
We've all forgotten as well. Bucky Barnes, the Winter Soldier, is still knocking around out there too.
Oh Jesus.
Will
is.
he? I'm not sure if he'll play a part. He'll be at least mentioned, but I'm not sure if he'll play a part.
he had a big role in Civil War, like in the background. He wasn't
Yeah.
in the main book, but he's involved
Well,
in character story.
see, that's the thing though, is that like this is where Ant-Man comes in. Anything that like is left outstanding from Age of Ultron will be started in Ant-Man. Like Ant-Man, because Ant-Man looks like it's going to be the big transition film, because they're essentially going from one huge story arc to another huge story arc.
Why,
Like
I don't know.
because
Sorry, that came out. That came out.
superheroes.
Ant-Man, it came out. It just came out. I couldn't control it.
But superheroes, you don't understand.
Everything gets bigger and better as it goes on. That's how comics work.
Yeah. That'll be fine. As long as, well, to be fair, as long as they kind of keep Civil War to a bit of a limit, because some of the writing in that series isn't the best. There, I said it. Come at me, nerds.
So, the event and it was awful.
What?
Civil War had more tie-in comics to any other event Marvel have ever done, and none of them are relevant.
No, Jesus, that's the thing. I'm slowly collecting it in graphic novel form, and like just trying to find the actual graphic novel to tell the story is.
Read the main one and then read Captain America, Iron Man, and Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Skip Fantastic Four and forget She-Hulk.
That's the thing. I've read almost the entire arc, and I just want to have it all and own it like, and it's such a like it's the actual actual main story is good. A lot of the other stuff, wacky crap. Look, we've introduced this character.
Tie-ins.
I think you've just pretty much covered, like, you know, most graphic novels ever.
No. Judge Dredd case files. They're all relevant.
You now have to be in every podcast in the future from now on.
What?
You have to be in every podcast in the future from now on.
I'm not that mad, am I?
No, but it's really fun to pitch you against Anto.
Yeah, Anto's just default reaction. No! Stop it!
I don't accept nope unless it's a nope. Nope.
See,
it has
what
to be an
really
Archer
saying is
format.
you're not
It
that
has to be an
bad,
Archer
but I'm
format.
that bad.
Oh, we'll have to change that.
Be fine. Oh god.
Right. Okay. Now we're leaving it.
Good luck editing
so
this into a coherent podcast.
I don't think that's gonna happen,
No,
but I'm fine with it.
Just leave it as it is. I'll take out the sock silences, and
sorry, those.
Did anyone get that either?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, everything's the internet connection, but for whatever reason, it's just dropping out.
Yeah, blame the internet.
Yeah, the internet's fault. It hates me. Right, guys, we'll leave it there. We'll be recording again on Monday, hopefully. All things going well.
It's the internet.
Not on Marvel. Well, not necessarily not on Marvel, but we'll see. Anyway, thanks for listening to this episode, and I'm Declan.
I'm Anto.
That's Soc. And
Hey. I was being polite. Give someone else a turn.
And tune in again next time.
And also, it doesn't matter. It'll be fine.